and eventually they turn into pure light and fly off. As the rest of them gaze upon the four flying lights, they quietly think, left in this empty, ambiguous, abstract world, left in this infinite and infinitesimal world, in this undifferentiated, imperfect real world, are they finding any answer? Are they selecting a certain future or past? Free will, was the action they took truly an action of the individual like they had believed? Was it not an action of the group that only appeared to be of the individual? Was it not a simple reflex induced by a stimulus to the group? Are they not merely being manipulated by some other will? As they come to think these thoughts, they begin having doubts concerning the existence of that will. But even so, they place their trust in themselves and in each other and advance forward, so much that they feel a longing. A confident heart changes the world. It would be simple to say that no miracle like that exists, but they gave rise to that miracle. These eyes saw that they did. The imaginary was made real, the empty given a soul, the dead brought back to life, sleeping beauty awoken from her eternal rest. The past was changed, the future rewritten, and thus the present as well. They stare hard at reality. They guide billions of souls. With their firm will, they set the state of the world. All of that, all possibilities of that, were seen through these eyes. Then perhaps it's because it's undifferentiated that the world can be reborn in its correct state, in the form everyone desires. Perhaps they can cause the world to go through a phase transition. Perhaps the 100th monkey is pointing towards God. Monkey pointing towards God. The Chinese character for monkey is used in the Japanese word that, to say. In other words, to show. This radical can also be written as this. If you put that to the left of this, you get God. Towards true paradise, towards Dilmun. That was the hope, that was the wish. For the result that will eventually follow is perhaps a symbolic reflection of oneself. So let us believe as long as they believe. Sights set upon the remaining people, to ascertain the circumstances. Let us watch over the moment that marks the end of the end of the end. I'm right here. The first thing that comes to sight is the figures of two scientists.
分からずやどもが。
その割には羨ましそうな顔だな。
あの子たち、また旅立ったのね。でも、今度は前とは違う。かけがえのないものを守るために、あの子たちは言った。
ああ、そうだな。
Dr. Aoi embraces his wife.
先輩、私待ってます。時が来るのをずっと待ってます。
Mika looks up to the skies and gently embraces her own shoulders.
とうとう行っちまったな。
Kosuke raises his right hand, gazing at where the lights had gone.
ユミは私の手を離れていっちゃった。
Masumi bashfully gets closer to Kosuke.
今は見守ろう。まゆみたちの行く末をな。
Professor Shinosuke pats Kosuke and Masumi on the shoulders.
お父さん、ありがとう。
Masumi grips Kosuke's hand. Kosuke nervously grips back.
そうだな。あいつらを信じよ
う。ずいぶんと殊勝な心がけね。でも、私もそう思うわ。 あの子たちなら、きっと願いを叶えるだろうって。
Yayoi smiles as she smokes a cigarette.
はい、どうぞ、女王様。
あら、気が利くわね。
子供の未来は輝かしいものと思わなきゃ、こんな因果な仕事はやってないさ。
こんなところで、まだ警察を続けるつもり？
残念ながら、俺はそれ以外の生き方を知らなくてね。
私も信じます。人類には、輝ける未来が約束されている。
Aya closes her eyes and brings her hands together in prayer.
お兄ちゃんとお姉ちゃんたちは、どこに行ったの
Marduk tilts her head in confusion.
僕たちと一緒だよ。心が求めるままに、再び出会うために。
Asher clasps hands with Marduk.
そうだな。それは自らの力で勝ち取るもの。そして、決して失ってはいけない
Enlil reaches her hands out to pat Marduk and Asher on the head.
俺ももうちょっと信じてみるか。奇跡ってやつだな。
Negro places his hand on a woman's shoulder and looks up to the sky.
世界が幾度生まれ変わり、幾度滅び、そして己の肉体と魂が転生を繰り返そうとも、我は忘れず、君と過ごした日々を。
Ereshkigal gazes at the other side as well. The entire truth is visible in the brilliant light. That truth is composed of Hinata's memories, Mutsuki's memories, Sakuya's memories, fragments of data left behind all over the net, and Nabu's memories, where his true feelings that he'd kept hidden at the bottom of his heart lie. At first, they're abstract images that have been fragmented and scattered everywhere. But before long, they slowly gather, the jigsaw pieces of information are correctly put together and begin to display a clear vision. 15 years ago, Kawahara Sakuya was born into this world. That is a true, indisputable fact. She was not a being that was created from nothing by a scientist 10 years ago. However, you might say that the Sakuya born at this time and the Sakuya currently living are different people in the strict, continuity-wise sense. For argument's sake, let's call the original Sakuya Alpha and the current Sakuya Omega. Alpha was a human born naturally from a woman's womb. There was one small difference, though. Alpha was born as the result of a virgin birth and as an orphan. That's because her mother died giving birth to her. It seems that she was a person connected to Exarch. After that, the orphaned child was placed in Nabu's custody, and he ended up raising her as his adopted daughter. As for Nabu's true intentions, it seemed he'd planned on using her as a test subject for various examinations. Just like he said, because she was a being who had not been born in the final month of pregnancy, he gave the baby the name Sakuya. But gradually, without even realizing it, Nabu had begun to develop fatherly feelings for her. He eventually started to think that once everything was over, he'd think about her happiness first and foremost. And then one day, it happened. That unfortunate accident occurred. It was 10 years ago, in 2022, on Sakuya's 5th birthday, she was hit by a car. She died instantly. She'd run out into the street because she had been chasing after her pet rabbit that had escaped from its pen. The rabbit's name was Nana. For the first time in his life, Nabu lost himself in his derangement. And so he crossed the line that humans must never cross. All of Sakuya's memory information and her DNA data was backed up onto a computer. To do that, he made use of a new storage medium that had been recently finished around that time, an exabyte crystal. Of course, that was nothing more than an enumeration of data. Her brain, soul, had been destroyed, so even if he scraped it together, she could not be restored. But what if he could revive her soul? Nabu knew that there was something like a consciousness that occasionally manifested inside of Ashur, which was in its experimental stages at that time. If that soul, those memories, and that DNA were to be combined and downloaded into real space, just what would happen? Furthermore, he also learned of what would happen if he used the technology that had been developed by Aoi Mitsuhiko.
たとえこれが神に背く行為であっても、決して許されぬ大罪を負うのだとしても、地獄の豪華で未来永劫この身を焼かれようともだ。私は決して悔いはしない。もう一度だけお前に。
There was no self-interest or greed involved. To Nabu, that was probably the one and only instant in his life produced from a human-like emotion. There was no longer anything preventing him from pressing that forbidden button. Adam ate the fruit of knowledge, and thus, 5 months after Kawahara Sakuya's 5th birthday, Omega began to live as a life form. Alpha and Omega were like monozygotic twins, or like clones, so to speak. He gave false information that her memories of before and after the accident had been lost due to the excessive shock. Nabu made free use of Exarch's power to completely conceal the fact of Sakuya's death. Nabu thought of the plan to use nano-assemblers immediately after this. How can I make it so that I never lose her again? How can we be together for all eternity? How can I give her happiness as a woman? Structurally, as a living being, Sakuya's body was unable to bear children. Nabu, who was utterly disgusted with the contradictions and inconsistencies of the real world, thought to attempt to change the world itself. The light that was once Hinata realizes something at this point. The reason Nabu named her Sakuya was not just because she was a being not born in the final month of pregnancy. The night of the new moon, Sakuya, did not mean emptiness, but rather beginning. The starting point from which the new moon soon starts becoming a full moon. From that point onwards, it gradually starts to fill with hope. So that's it, Nabu. He just wanted to protect his daughter's happiness. His fragile treasure. The accident 10 years ago may have changed Nabu's personality without him noticing it. Because the old Nabu would never have done something like this. Hinata then remembers. When Sakuya was Alpha, over 10 years ago, he knew her as an acquaintance, but at that time Nabu got in their way, so he barely had any memories of playing with her. All he remembered was him always playing with Mutsuki, while Sakuya, being guided by her father, would watch them from a distance with a lonely expression on her face. When he invited her to play, her father would cut him off. When he tried to forcefully invite her, her father would hit him. However, they became quick friends 10 years ago, after Sakuya had become Omega and came back. After that day, where he gave Nana to her as a present.
じゃあ、僕だと思いなよ。怖い時、寂しい時、辛い時は、これを僕だと思ってギュッと抱いてればいい。こ
のウサギが、ひなた。
そういうことになるね。
このウサギは、ナナで、ひなた。
え？
ひなたは友達で、どこへも行かない。
ああ。そういうことだ。
The stuffed rabbit smiled as it received the rays of the sun. It wasn't long after that Mutsuki and Sakuya met.
あ、お兄ちゃん、何かいいことあったんでしょう。
あれれ、なんでバレたんだ？
だってお兄ちゃん、わかりやすいんだもん。
そうかな。まあ、いいや。実はさ、 新しい友達ができたんだ。
ほんと？いいな、いいな。
今度、ムツキにも会わせてあげる。
Several days later,
こんにちは。はじめまして。私、ムツキっていうの。よろしくね。はじめまして。さくやちゃんだっけ？いい名前だね。
あれれ、さくや、どうしたの？具合悪いの？
そんなことないけど。
なんか変なの？
変なのお兄ちゃんの方でさ。バカ。
言って、なんで僕が殴られなきゃいけないんだよ。
ブンブン。
それにしても、なんだか二人ってそっくりだね。
ほんと？
なんとなくだけどね。
似てないよ。
何？
全然、似てなんかいないよ。
そうかな？
似てないの？似てない！
弱ったな。よし！じゃあこうしよう。半分こだけ似てて、半分こだけ似てない。
何それ？やだよ、そんなの。
そうかな？いいアイディアだと思っ。なんで泣いちゃうの？
私は私だもん。私はこの子じゃないもん。ひなた、私なんかいらないんだ。
なんでそうなる？
あのね、言っておきますけど、私だって私なんだよ。お兄ちゃんはどこを見てるの？どこにいるの？
なんだよそれ、意味わかんないって。
要するに、あんまりいい加減なこと言ってると、もう口聞いてあげないよってこと。
なぬ？
ほら、お兄ちゃん。こういう時、なんて言えばいいと思う？
ごめんなさい。
それから？
the words the boy said next, even he himself didn't know why he said them like that. His vocal cords just vibrated that way very naturally. Those words held a strange echo to them that reached the two girls. Just like I'm right here. I'm glad that you two are right there. So, The three of us will be together forever.
少しも見えないくらい夜、何も聞こえない静寂の夜、君は言ったね、どんなに辛くて寂しい夜でもいつかは明ける。今闇が払われ夜が明ける、太陽と共に産声を上げるの、ずっと夢の中探し続けた大切な時を連れて、交わした約束をずっと信じて胸にしまっていた。だから穏やかに眠っていられた。もし目覚めたらあなたに会えるとわずかな希望に全てを託した。今風が立ち込み時が動く、嬉しさと共に産声を上げるの、ずっと君の中歩き続けた大切な光抱いて。水の冷たさ、炎の力強さ、なくしたものを君が運んできてくれる。朝とともに君が闇が払われ夜が明ける、太陽と共に産声を上げるの、ずっと夢の中探し続けた大切
How long has this been going on? What reason is there to be here? Just where did this consciousness come from? Is that reality? Or is it nothing more than a single possibility? Is it a ubiquitous future, a newly discovered past? Or the waves coming from the emerald-colored ocean wash up on the shore. The sun is shining in the endlessly clear sky, brightly illuminating everything. Bathed by that light, the plants sparkle and sprout tall. That's a newfound Eden. A Dilmun that's endlessly far away from all harmful things. An ideal world full of radiance. There's a boy about 4 to 5 years old at the beach. With him are 2 young girls, or just girls. They play innocently with happy smiles on their faces. The boy gets out of the ocean and lies down on the sandy beach. That girl takes the boy's left hand. The other girl says this and takes the boy's right hand. The 2 girls then drag the boy's body from opposite sides. In the end, the boy stands up and walks over to the shade in the trees with his own feet. Just when the boy starts to close his eyes, one of the girls holds a stuffed animal in her arms as she says that. The 2 girls look at the boy with clinging eyes. After a second, the boy shrugs his shoulders with a start. He crosses his arms and tilts his head in thought. The girls press him. The boy glances down to his side where a worn-out teddy bear lies. He stands up and takes it in his hands. He says that and presents it to the girl who wanted a rabbit. The 2 girls stare at the boy. A troubled expression rises to his face as he strokes the area under his nose. The boy's upper lip is dyed black, as if there were a mustache growing there. The 2 become dumbfounded, but soon afterwards, They fall to the ground, holding their sides in laughter. When the boy saw them acting like this, he tilted his head in confusion and rubbed his upper lip again. The mud mustache only grew darker as a result. The boy, who was staring in puzzlement, also burst out into laughter on their lead.
もういいだろみんなで仲良くすれば
He turns away as he says this. The two girls stare at him simultaneously and nod energetically with beaming smiles on their faces.
よし休憩おしまい海に突撃
The boy says this and breaks off into a run.
私も 一緒に行こう
The two girls hold hands and start entering the ocean. And beyond that is... He looked for her eyes and figure. She looked for his figure and eyes. In the end, which one of them sought the other first? In the end, which one of them sought the other last? As long as you're seeking someone, then someone is surely seeking you too. That new hope that goes from the end to the beginning shines brightly on the world. I'm right here. You were right here, weren't you? One certain story ended. Thus, the next story began. History added to extra. Alright, let's see. Illustrations. Well, I kind of like that ending. It's very different from what I would have expected. But I guess it's okay. So let's see. Boy, there's a lot more of these I haven't found. So let's see, what's history? Oh, wow. How long is this? Okay, yeah, there's a lot there. I think I'll leave that for something later. As well as maybe trying to pick up the pieces of the story that I missed Yeah, but I need to stop now. So, till next time, bye.